Some remarks on rainwater harvesting. There are situations where solutions for a situation are non-engineering solutions. And that's obviously hard to get for engineers because engineers want to design something, they want to do construction and, well, do big things, visible things. And at the same time, you will be paid on the basis of the turnover of the project. So big projects are making big money for, well, several of those that are involved. Now, talking about rainwater harvesting, we do have a situation where it can make a lot of sense to make engineering solutions, but on the other hand, the better solutions are non-engineering interventions. And so let me give you an impression on that. So we're talking large scale restoration engineering, not rainwater harvesting from a roof. That's nice too, but that's a different story. Doesn't require engineers for that, but for large scale restoration. So we have like a degraded landscape somewhere, let's say. So it's dried out, hardly any water left. Groundwater is very, very deep and still sinking. And now in the lecture on rainwater harvesting, you learn to improve the situation by building swales. So we would make some swales here into the landscape following the contour lines, and then when rain is falling, the water will be stopped and is getting a chance to infiltrate and ultimately raise the groundwater level. And this is fine. So that's making swales, and these swales are doing their job. However, and that's now the way of like the non-engineering solutions. So now making the swales on this drawing is relatively simple. That was the wrong one. Let's just erase this all. The swale here may be helpful, but now if you do some deep plowing in the land, so the so-called Geoman Plow or deep loosening plow, it's not properly plow, it's more a sort of a unit that well, has a sort of a shape like this, and it's not turning over. So you draw it through the land, and it's just well, loosening the soil, and so the areas here will allow for water infiltration when it rains. You make more of those than of the swales, and then your seeds can arise, and you will get growth along here of like pioneer plants first, but then also crops, of course, trees, moringa, and so on. And this solution is so much cheaper, and the downside of that is you can't really charge a lot of money for well, making designs for rainwater harvesting structures, You cannot spend a lot of money, very often taxpayers' money from development funds, and have fulfilled your job. But you would rather have a simple intervention that farmers can apply, and that can be far better. And on this discussion, many people are absolutely convinced of Swales and the classic rainwater harvesting techniques, keyline designs, and so on. But honest designers will say, okay, in this situation we can do with the plowing and changing to regenerative agriculture. And so there, about this discussion, one of the prominent people dealing with this message, and I learned this from him as well, is Darren Doherty, one of the pioneering teachers in keyline design. He was advocating the work of P.A. Geoman, and still is to some extent, but he says in very many cases the plow is better, and you can still make a consultancy based on good principles, and you should make designs that are the best solution, and that's what engineering is about. So enjoy my lecture on rainwater harvesting, but keep this in mind, please. Thank you.